Hello everyone, my name is Amol Patel. You're watching the Smoking Hot Coffee Show. I'm in Los Angeles. We talk to internet startup founders and entrepreneurs. I'm joined with,
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Pelton down here in San Diego.
and today we have an amazing interview with Clayton Low from BattleFitApp.com. BattleFit is a really cool idea. Basically, it's an app to help you challenge other people to meet your fitness goals and to do more push-ups and run and all those
Yep.
sorts of functions. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's an app. We learned it's a kind of a web-based app, but it's going to be on the Android store and the iPhone store. It has leaderboards and challenges and battles that you can challenge your friends to or people across the world,
Yeah.
and challenge them in the gym or outside to runs and all sorts of different things. I think this is a really cool app.
Yeah, so it was really cool having him on talking about all the ways he's leveraging Facebook to try to grow his app, what he intends to do once he launches the app, how he's going to market the app. And so, he was kind enough to share a lot of his thoughts on how to get his product out there. Jeff, what would you like to add to this?
This is right up our alley. Just like a lot of our listeners, this guy is bootstrapping it.
Yeah.
Picked up the skills during his day job
Yeah.
as a developer,
Yeah.
and so we talk a little bit about the technology and how he got into this. Maybe one of the failures or some of the learnings he's had in a previous project,
Right.
and really how he had the aha moment to start this BattleFit app. The need for it that he saw, and yeah, I think there's a lot of really natural sharing and growth and virality into the app because I think people naturally love being challenged. There's a lot of gamification and stuff which we love
Right.
in this app. So I think that once he gets this out there in front of people, they're going to be sharing it on Facebook, and their friends are going to see it and want
Yeah.
to join the challenge.
Yeah, yeah. So Jeff's talking a lot about how to make sure your app is successful, and there's a lot of people developing apps or launching apps, and a lot of them have made some money or somewhat successful, and a lot of them have not. And so it's a risky gamble, and we're rooting for him, and he's got a lot of really great ideas, and I think if he gets some people, like celebrities or some of his local gyms, or if you can get some other big trainers, you start using the app and start spreading the app, it could really grow. And Facebook is going to be an awesome platform to grow on, I think.
Yeah.
So with that, Jeff, unless you have anything to add, let's get to the interview.
Yeah.
All right, great. And today we've got Clayton. Thanks for being on our show, Clayton. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Well, it's our pleasure.
Yeah, so really briefly, so Clayton, you mentioned earlier that you had some earlier startups or earlier products that you tried marketing. To give us a little bit of your history, what you've done in the past, where you're at now, what are you working
Sure.
on now, what are you hoping for, and that kind of thing.
So initially, when I first got into the app game, it was just from a game that me and my friend used to play. It was quite an in-depth game. I'm not too sure if you guys have heard of it.
What's
It's
it called?
Defense of the Ancients.
Okay.
It's a spin-off of like a Warcraft 3 game. So
Oh, very cool.
yeah, so we played this game, and we always thought to ourselves, oh, it's so hard for people to actually join to get started with the game. Like it's quite hard to explain to someone because it's so in depth. So we thought, oh, wait a minute, an app's going to be perfect for this. And at that stage, I didn't know how to build apps.
Okay.
I was just doing sort of web design
Yep.
in my current job, and then from then it was just like that interest was like, how do I build an app? So I just used my skills that I had at the time, which was the web skills,
Okay.
and I stumbled across PhoneGap at the time, which was like
Yeah.
probably 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is
And,
before Adobe bought them. They were just a company.
Exactly, yeah. So it was just them, yeah. So that I started with PhoneGap, and I just thought, oh, that's awesome, And then we had launched this app. I don't know, probably 2 months after we came up with the concept.
Okay, just really
And,
briefly for our audience, PhoneGap allows any web designer to make an actual native iPhone or iPad app. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Or
And
Android.
and Android. So that was
Android.
one of the draw cards. One of the draw cards for me was that I could build one code base and sort of publish to all platforms.
Yeah.
And leverage your web experience, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I
skills,
mean,
yeah.
I didn't want to learn both, C and Java. So I just
Yep.
thought, why not use this? And at first, when I first built the first app, honestly, it didn't perform as well as a normal app would.
Okay.
But from that day, from that app to where I'm at now, I've learned so much more, and ways that you can use PhoneGap, and make it feel native.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and then I've learned a lot of quirks along the way, and then I think
right.
I've gotten to a point where I can actually build an app that's worth sharing to the world.
Okay. All right. So let's not talk too much about technology. Let's talk business again. So you had this idea, you created the app, and then you got it out in the market, right? And what happened?
Yep. I think just the motivation had dropped off.
Okay.
Me and my friend, we actually went into it because he was coming over every weekend, and we were punishing through this app. He was the grunt doing like all the data collection and stuff, and I was building the app. And
of course, yeah.
Yeah, and then so we launched it, and we ended up getting like 80,000 downloads, which was for me
80,000 downloads. That sounds like a pretty good amount, Jeff. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great number.
Yeah, that sounds big to me.
I thought that was too, and from the app that I actually built, when I have a look at it, I'm just thinking 80,000 people that I don't know downloaded it. So I just thought, that's amazing. So
right.
Was that in the App Store, iPhone?
No, this is Android. So that was only Android.
Okay, so it's just Android. Okay.
Yeah, and our biggest goal was to push to iPhone eventually, but I mean, this new project came up, and I sort of just been putting all my energy into this this project. I thought, I'm just not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is this.
Okay. So you took what you learned in app development to BattleFit. Tell us about how you.
Well, hold on a second, though, Jeff. Before you go on, wait a second. You spent all this time and energy with your buddy making this app. You tell me that you don't want to start paying. You don't want to get people to pay. Are you worried about them paying? What's the problem?
We did launch a paid version, and I had that for 99 cents or something, and we had like 500 downloads.
Okay.
But the best thing for me, because it was built in PhoneGap, I was worried that people were gonna say it doesn't perform properly. But surprisingly, all the bad feedback that we got was not updating it to the latest information.
Right.
So
they want the new guide. They don't care about the app. They just want the new content.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, we had already moved on from that.
That is such a great. There is such a great little lesson right here for all of us, I think, because a lot of times we get, as a developer, as a designer, we get kind of, we get stuck on the technology, but a lot of times people just want the content, and they're just willing to pay you 99 cents for the content.
Exactly.
And that's a really great lesson. All right, so cool.
And, that's the thing, like ugly does work, sort of thing.
Ugly does,
if it's there, it's gonna work. I think I've seen on one of your guys' podcasts was one of the guys was saying that ugly does work, regardless. So
Hey, you're like, what? It doesn't make any sense. It goes against all of what I believe. But exactly. Sometimes people get distracted by ugly. Sometimes people just want the content. They don't really care about the app. So all right, cool. So all right, so you did that. You made 500 sales. That's nice. That's a little bit of money.
Yeah. And then. So I was at the gym one day, and they used to have a leaderboard up on the gym, and every month they post workouts. Okay. And I wasn't there, I was in the gym, and I see that every day, and I see people doing it, and I wasn't really the person to go off and do challenges with other people.
Oh, that's cool.
And then one day I thought, I'm just going to do this challenge, and I ended up winning.
Oh.
And so there was a prize involved, so I got like a big bucket of protein and everything, and I thought to myself,
that's awesome. You got a big bucket of protein. What else did they give you? Did they give you like some dumbbells or anything else?
No, they gave us some pre-workout as well, so try and get us back into the gym. So so I won that anyway, and it felt good that I won it, and I thought, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'm challenging everyone in this gym, and I thought, why is there not an app for this, for me to be able to challenge people regardless of their location,
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's where it sort of came from, and then from there it was, then it just exploded.
Wow. Okay, so that was it. That was when you got the idea. You came up with the idea. So did you go on to the App Store on Android and start researching keywords and looking up competitors, or how did tell about your early research here and your product?
We were I was quite active in it anyway, because I was looking for apps myself to use at the gym.
Yeah.
And there's even to this day, there's no apps with that functionality where you can work out against another person or other people.
Okay.
All the other social aspects of the other apps that like the competitors' apps have social capabilities, but nothing really encompassing gameplay type of thing.
Gotcha. So the literal direct one-to-one challenge.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Or
not even
one-to-many
one-to-one,
challenge,
one
or
to
whatever
many,
you want to call it.
one-to-many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one-to-many. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so that's I sort of capitalized that, and
Okay.
one of my business partners, he's a gamer, so he just loves the game. So
Right.
he comes to me with these ideas
Right.
that should be within the app, you know.
Right.
Sure.
And over a few months, like that's all he does. He plays with the app and says, "Oh, how about if we just tweak this, you know?" And then I think, "Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly like in a game, you know."
Right. It makes it more fun,
So-
or makes it more a little.
Exactly.
Gotcha. The experience of playing the actual, interacting with the actual
Yeah.
challenge inputs, or even when you add in the new whatever you've
It
done.
makes a ton of sense, right? Sports and athletics are inherently competitive, and
Yeah.
gaming is just a shoe-in to add and supplement that experience to keep you driven to keep going.
So give us an
Yeah, that's
example
exactly
of
right.
give us an example of a little bit of a gameplay. Like, do you have a little sound effect come up? Do you have to slide your thumb, or tell us a little interaction?
Okay, so basically, I could battle if you're connected with BattleFit. I can battle you, and we'll add any workout that's within the app, or I can create a workout. So I could say, all right, I'm going to challenge you today at 100 press-ups, and how long does it take you to do it?
Okay.
So the app gives you a timer and everything, so that I can post my time, and then when you post the time, it's going to compare the results, and then you know.
Is there any way? Is there any way that I can completely cheat and put in whatever the hell I want, and you'd never know?
Yeah, there is, but you know, we've got systems in place to catch that abuse.
Okay, because that'd be the first
not
thing
only
I'd do.
that,
I'm like, I did 4,000 push-ups today. Send.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, people that are using that, we're really looking for people that are wanting to better themselves. You know, like if you want to cheat, that's up to you. And like, I'll never battle you again because of that fact. You know,
like Amul's a scoundrel. Do not get him involved. Maybe it could be feedback, you know, on people, you know.
Well, it's kind of easy to show, right? Yeah. I mean, take a photo.
A photo, or video input would be better. Yeah.
So we've got that functionality at the moment where you can take a selfie after it.
Okay.
Just, you know, it doesn't prove that you've done it, but if you're sweating and stuff, they'll be like, oh yeah, at least that's believable.
Right. At least he went over to that part of the gym and took a photograph next to the dumbbells. I mean, he made at least did a little work. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so for every win that a user has, like, so if you beat me at the 100 press-ups, then you get points. You get points for every win. Okay. And then within those points, or within the game, we have levels of like fitness levels. So everyone starts off at the level couch potato. Okay. So you're feeling guilty. You're like, damn it, I am a couch potato. So as soon as you do initial workout, you know, and you get your points, you automatically go up to the next level, which is like average Joe. So it's got some fun levels in there for you to be able to achieve.
Okay. So is this just a strictly is this an HTML5 web app that works well on the mobile, or is this a native app? Like, tell us that.
That's right. So I'm still using PhoneGap and just transferring all the knowledge that I learned in the past and what I've failed with and what I've grown on. So at the moment it's built with HTML5 and CSS3 as a layout.
Right.
And then I'm using jQuery as the backbone and handlebars. I'm not too sure if Jeff you've heard of handlebars, which is a templating engine for. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm using that as well to throw in the templates into the system, and eventually I want to move over to Angular.
Okay.
But at the moment, I've found that what I'm working with at the moment hasn't really limited me in what I needed to do. So.
Okay. Did you say you are using Backbone, or are you using jQuery to do the templates?
No, I'm using jQuery with handlebars.
So I have to tell you, Clayton, you know, you are kind of like the ideal audience that I want watching the show, man. You are like a developer guy. Yeah. You're like a guy in his room with the lights low. You know?
I was happy because I seen your interview with Doz, and you're like, I like people with that's just trying to make it. I'm like, that's exactly me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I have to tell you, there are a lot of us out there, man. You'd be surprised. There are a lot of us out there that are just got the day job or may have a consulting thing on the side or whatever, and they're working on this stuff, but they have this, they're thinking about one day maybe I'll get a Zuckerberg money. That's a crazy idea. I just want $10,000 a month would be happy, and all that. You start thinking realistic, and So, anyways, this show is for guys like you, man, and I'm really glad we got you
Oh,
on
that's
today.
awesome.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm happy. That's good.
so
So
tell me, man, how did you find us? Like, I'm just curious.
uh, like I'm always looking. I'm on that self improvement sort of always learning,
Right.
and I've seen a video on YouTube called startup.com,
Okay.
which is basically it's like a hour video, and it shows the startup and failure of this company.
Yep.
So I watched that, and then it was like a related video, and I was just like,
Ah.
I'll check out these guys. And then because I've always been wanting something where you like your niche that your niche covers.
Right.
I've always been wanting that channel,
Right.
and because I'd be like, I'm starting out, I want to see what other people are struggling with.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, everything like all the videos that you guys have posted up, and every other video that's out there about business startups, they're going through exactly what I'm going through.
Yeah.
It's just that they've executed it correctly, and I'm still trying to do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's encouraging to see, and that's the motivation that I get is just coming to you guys, watching your videos, and seeing other guys just grinding and
Right.
trying to
Yeah,
make
no,
it
they're
well.
all of us out there hustling, and it feels good once you know that there are people out there just like you.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's like
it's
I'm not
huge.
the only one.
Motivating, right? It's like what keeps us going, kind of, is to know that
Yeah.
they're because it's so hard, right? Like 9 out of 10 people are like, you're absolutely crazy for trying your own thing. So.
Right.
Well, because for me, I've got my full-time job, so I'm working full-time as a developer.
Yeah.
And then well, I'm working from home, so I'm just like, as soon as my clock turns over, I'm bam, straight onto my own project.
Right. Yeah, no, and there's a lot of home freelancer developer guys out there on working, freelance and designer, same thing, and we want to target those people as well. I'm just curious. The reason why I'm asking you this stuff is because Jeff and I, when we're done with the interviews, the first question I ask him is, Jeff, how are we going to make money off of this stuff? And Jeff looks at me like, and I'm looking at him like, and so one of the ways, what was that?
It'll come.
It'll come. I hope so.
Yeah, I think we can get some sponsors, but I think one of the difficulties is kind of we've been on YouTube and iTunes, and we've kind of been broadcasting on so many channels and platforms that we aren't able to capitalize on the analytics of it. Yeah, so it's interesting to hear that you did find us through YouTube, and you're so engaged and a passionate fan of the show. Because we found that a lot of people are still podcast fans that like to listen in the car and stuff like that. So we're kind of navigating those waters and trying to figure that out. But I hope that some sponsors will see the passionate fan base that we do have and want to reach.
For sure. Well, there's plenty of us out there that watch the videos. So
I completely believe that, and it's interesting. You found us through related videos, Jeff. He found us through related videos.
Interesting. Yeah, very good.
So let me ask you, man, Clayton, how do we get more, and how do we game the related videos? Is there any way to game that system?
I'm not. I couldn't even answer that. I'm not too sure.
You know what? Maybe we can just pay off YouTube. We can just call them up. Be like, here, man.
I think so.
I guess I guess that's what advertising does, right? If you advertise on YouTube, would they help you by getting you more into the related? I wonder if within their algorithm, will they push more related?
It has to. Surely.
It probably does, actually. Yeah, we just probably have to spend some money on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah. I reckon so.
Anyway, all right. So we're a little off tangent here. I'm just.
Yeah. Tell us more about BattleFit. How are you getting the word out for it? How are you?
So BattleFit. So it started off as me and my co-founder who did the other app, and we sort of we learned from one of the first projects that we did when we failed was we were trying to do everything ourselves, and this time around I thought because I've got some friends in the personal training realm here on the Gold Coast where I'm situated. So and he was trying to get his buzz up for his own brand, his personal training brand. I thought, I went to school with this guy, and I thought that's perfect for us because he's got this personal training customer base.
Yeah.
And I've got BattleFit, and he also runs boot camps, so which is exactly the same sort of concept.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they just like married in front of me, and I'm just like, perfect.
It just fell in your lap. Oh, it's perfect. That's great.
Cool.
Yeah, and then he ended up jumping on board 100%, and then he only just left like 3 o'clock this morning. He just left as he was just posting in his last post. He was like,
awesome.
I've got to retire. I'm like, I'm going to stay up till I see these guys and
oh, that's great.
So,
that's so great, man. So you got this guy, this partner in this venture?
So he's our personal trainer, and he's the face of
Yeah,
BattleFit.
the face of Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So and not only that, for the workouts that we have in there, we've got an actual authority, like because he's a personal trainer and qualified in that. You know, if we get any questions or anything like that, we know we've got real advice, and it's a product because you know he's done a lot of these workouts, and when you look at him, he's just a product of the app. Like, you know, it's just, you can't deny that. When people look at him like, oh, we got to jump on that, you know, and
Right. No,
he's just going to bring.
and if he can help you with developing the app and designing it and making it better, so basically use his customers as your guinea pigs and get them using it and trying it out and playing with it, and hopefully you can make it better and better. And for me, the hardest part is how do you get these guys to be honest with you? Like if they really like it, they may say they like, or if they kind of don't like it, but because they're around their other workout buddies or their trainer, they may say they like it. So the trick is how do you get real honest feedback from these people?
Yeah, I guess when we first built the app, we did like a test launch sort of thing, and this had only bare functionality. It was only just core functionality, whereas being able to battle. But even from the feedback that we got, like we just pushed it out there, no advertising whatsoever.
Okay.
And within a week, we had 70 downloads on both Android and iOS.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, and so we were just thinking, you know, we didn't push it out, and we had people signing up from India, a few people from US, and
Oh, wow.
just random people. And I knew at that stage that, okay, if these random people are downloading without no marketing,
Right.
you know, the concept's got to work, surely.
Yeah.
Or it's got to charge at least.
Yeah. No, there's some interest there. That's very cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there
So,
any
and
way that you can collect emails from these people that install it? Is there a functionality like that you
yeah,
can build in?
because it's all built into Facebook. So I scraped Facebook. I grabbed information from Facebook
Oh,
API.
perfect.
So I've got their location. I've got the
Oh,
email.
beautiful. Love
So,
it. I love it, man. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, good. So
And
you're
then
building
are
up
you
your
able to
database.
get
Awesome.
Facebook users to
Yeah.
share out to their Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. So
Everyone's
I
proud of their workouts.
that's right, exactly. So if I battled you, Jeff,
Mhm.
on your wall, it's going to post up saying Clayton has battled you at this workout.
Right.
You know, and then it's exposed to your wall, and then obviously people are like, "Oh, Jeff, you're working out."
Who is this guy? Yeah, and then they'll look you up like, how are you working out with this guy all the way in England or whatever? And
Exactly.
good point.
So, you know, one of the goals of the whole thing is to be able to draw in, especially other athletes in the fitness realm, like for example, CrossFit.
Right.
You might have the top guys in there, and to be able to, for a normal person to be able to feel that they can actually compare against these guys,
Right.
you know, that's another draw card.
I
It's just
think,
like,
I think
oh
that's
man.
a brilliant idea, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the experience you were saying you had in the gym looking up at the leaderboard, I'm now going to have looking at my
Yeah.
friend's wall on Facebook that
Yeah.
he's challenged you or someone else
Yeah,
from
exactly.
the other
And
side of
then,
the
you know,
world, and I'm like, wait, I can go do that
Right,
in
right.
my garage. And
Yeah.
challenge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our plan is to release two apps. So we're gonna do the free version and the paid version.
Okay.
And then so in the free version I've created ad space for advertising.
Okay.
So instead of having the 50 pixel bottom banner or something,
Right.
I'm giving advertisers a full page transition.
Oh, great. So is a full pay you get more money? Is that a higher payout?
Yeah. Well, that's the hope anyway. So
Right.
basically, for every battle that's initiated,
Yeah.
this battle transition is going to come in for 3 or 5 seconds or whatever, and then just fade out, and then you can start the battle. You know, you can start posting your time. So for every battle that's opened,
Yeah.
this advertising is going to show. So we can sort of target it to basically your location. We can start now targeting
Oh, this is great.
basically everything.
Yeah.
You know
And
this.
giving, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, you know, giving them this full page ad, full page ad, it just allows them to. It just feels better than a 50 pixel banner down the bottom.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually agree with you because sometimes people accidentally press that and they get pissed off because now they're in someplace
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would prefer to see a full page experience and then move out of that.
Well, Amul, you know what this made me think is of Session M. Could be
Session M, yeah.
a product. A guest we've had on the show. They have an API, an SDK for mobile apps
Yeah.
that might be perfect for what you guys have, because what it does is it connects to your achievement system.
Right.
You offer achievements basically, but the achievements end up earning you like Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, Amazon.
And they also have they use that moment as an interstitial full page ad, just like you're talking about. So maybe an easier way for you to implement all of that without the work.
So what was that called? M session, was it?
Yeah.
Session M.
Session M, yeah.
That's what you guys had him on the show.
Yeah, Ryan
we
had on the show maybe a month ago.
And I noted that down, and I thought that could be perfect for us.
Yeah, because you've already got all the achievements in gaming. You would basically just be giving people actual real world rewards for it.
And trust me, man, we've got also App Fuel. They're looking for guys just like you. We've got several of our people that we've interviewed. So please keep watching our show, man. We'll keep interviewing these people.
Well, exactly.
I love this space too, by the way. The fitness and health space. I've been in myself, and so I've done a lot of thinking on it. Looking at people like Runkeeper, and there's some other ones recently that are trying to do like rewards for hitting your goals, I think. But, and are there anything interesting you're doing with APIs or connecting with these other networks? Like Runkeeper is trying to be the platform for some of it. How are you looking at that?
Not so much. The only platform I do hook into is Facebook at this stage. But there are plans to move into new ones. And I've never seen that one that you just spoke about, but I am going to hook into more APIs, and then obviously open it up to Google and Twitter so that you can bring in your friends from there. So basically, at the moment, there's only one sign up, and that's Facebook. And then you just import your friends, and then from there, if they're not connected with BattleFit already, you just send them an invite, and then away you go.
I think Facebook integration is key here, man. That's great. That was a great call, right from the get-go, because you can get their email and location right there, and their social network.
Exactly, and but it was sort of like it wasn't our first thing. We were using Facebook as our push notifications because we didn't have push notifications. So we were using the APIs and posting on people as well, and expecting Facebook to notify them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then so that was like we were like, we're winning.
Right.
And then we were like, well, why do we even really need them? Because we can build push notifications and just do it ourselves. So
and you've got their email, so you can directly email these notifications. Yeah.
Exactly. So so we're heading down that way, and then the next step is to add Google Plus and Twitter as logins, and I think we should cover all bases that way.
Oh, it's brilliant, man! I'm so happy we got you on today, man. So, all right, is this thing done? Can we see this?
I'm just finishing it up actually at the moment. It's not live at the moment. I've actually pulled it from the stores so that when I do my full launch, it's gonna be all bells and whistles included.
Right.
So
all right, well, don't get caught into perfectionism. Even if it's a little imperfect.
Yeah.
I know.
That's why one of the reasons why I failed the first time was exactly that. And everyone says they warn you away, don't do it. Just launch something and then update it quickly. And I'm thinking, me and my business partner, we're the worst. We're the worst critics. So we're like, I'll come up with a design, and I'm not a designer, so I'll come up with a design, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh no, I've got it. This is the one. This is the one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send it to him, and we're like, that's the one. And then a week later, we'll be like, this is so ugly. What were we thinking?
So Jeff, come on, you got to have some good words for this developer to let go. How do you tell him to let go, Jeff?
I don't know, man. You just got to put it out there. I guess with the native apps, it's a little bit harder. You got to submit it to the store. There's a little bit of pressure and anxiety there, and you gotta kind of let go of it while it transfers from you to them. While with HTML apps, you can just update it and push it. And
exactly. But, exactly. But so I am compiling them natively and selling them in the store. So I want to try go jump on the Amazon as well.
Okay.
And with PhoneGap, that basically transitions straight over to Windows 8 as well. So I want to try.
This is an amazing commercial, Jeff, for PhoneGap. I have to tell you, being able to deploy everywhere is such an amazing thing.
It's huge, and I find it quite funny because for me, I think developing a PhoneGap, the only reason why you wouldn't use PhoneGap is if you want high graphic apps, in my opinion, because for the apps that I've created, and I've never found any limitation. Because I got hooks into the native functions.
And how about the animations? Do the simple CSS3 transforms? Does that smooth? Is it kind of rough? Or how does that?
Well, I'll show you right now, actually.
Oh yeah, let's check it out. Yeah.
So it might be a bit of a bad view. So this is your home screen here.
Yep. Yeah. I
So
see that.
you've got your
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This looks nice. Yeah. This looks great, man.
yeah.
I
So
like those little icons, the glyphs or whatever. It's great.
yeah, it's a little it's a bit plain, but it does the trick. So I'll
No,
show
it
you
works,
the
yeah.
add transition, and then you'll see the effect of the animations.
Okay. Yeah. Let's check it out.
So, for example, this is a screen of all the battles that I've got online at the moment.
Okay.
So these are the ones that awaiting my results. So if I click on
Oh yeah.
see, that's add transition there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh, this is great, man. Yeah.
Exactly. So that ad
really
space is
handy.
going to be prime real estate for the ads.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great.
And
I love it. Yeah.
We're in talks with a few of the guys here because our initial plan is to launch here in Australia. So
Okay.
we've got in talks with a few local
Oh, so you're
companies
in
here.
Australia. I kept thinking you were in
So-
England. Where exactly are you, man?
Gold Coast on the east side of Australia.
Gold Coast. Okay.
Yeah,
Which city actually?
So,
What's the city?
Gold Coast.
Oh,
That's
Gold
the name
Coast
of
is
the
a city. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably like 10 hours north of Sydney.
Okay.
Sydney,
I was
yeah.
gonna say yes. So how far are you from Sydney? Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
The CrossFit and the boot camp thing is huge. At least over here in the States, it's like really getting trendy right now. When I was doing my fitness stuff, and health website, boot camps are huge, just popping up everywhere. They're a way for people to, the workout trainers to start their own
Exactly.
little business,
Gauge.
kind of control their own destiny. It's
Yeah.
a really interesting model. How many of them are there where you are? Are you going after more of these boot camps? What other development and business dev are you doing?
Not really. I'm just sort of just going for the individuals. It's that's really it. I'm not sort of trying to chase other boot camps, although it does have the potential to go that way.
Yeah.
But right at this stage, that's not our main focus.
Right.
So,
All right. All right.
yeah.
So let's talk. Let's talk business here. So let's say you get the app ready in what, a month? Let's say 2 months,
Yep,
2 weeks. Let's say.
No, I reckon because I'm going to launch on Android first,
Okay.
and then it'll be about a week for me to transition over to iOS. So
All right.
let's say 2 weeks, and I
Let's
can
say-
I can update you guys and say, hey,
Yeah.
Jeff,
I'm totally.
let's do this battle.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So 2 weeks. Let's say 2 weeks from today, you decide
weeks,
to do it.
2
Let's
weeks.
say you put it out. You start getting some initial numbers. What is your how? So one of the easiest ways of being able to get the word out is approaching blogs or writing content.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you thought about that, or are you going to spend some money on pay-per-click? But pay-per-click is good, but I think people, when they read blogs, it's a little bit more like editorial, so it'll be more believable
Yeah.
as opposed to an ad. So that would be the best way because they
Yeah, I
trust,
think so.
trust editors. So that would be ideal.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
can-
that's right.
If you can do that, have you thought
Well,
about
we've
that?
got-
What is your next step in promoting it?
We've got a few big influencers that we can use.
Okay.
And we've got one guy, one of these brothers, and they're local here. They've got 90,000 followers on their Facebook,
Oh,
or they
that's
got
awesome.
90,000 likes on their page. So I mean, that influencer right there, and the viral aspect of the game, like the social aspect of the game.
Yeah.
You only need really one big influencer for it to kick off, and then
Okay.
and then once that gets that traction, there's no stopping it.
Right. Right.
But not only that, my business partner Ray, who's the PT, part of his boot camps, he's doing a charity. He's doing charity, so
Okay.
he's got coverage for one of our local news stations here.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, great.
So he's got all of that and stuff, and then
Oh, that's brilliant.
so we're gonna just use Facebook channels.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about just
Listen, man.
Firing up.
Before you go on, I was going to tell you, if you can somehow connect with newspapers, television,
Yeah.
the mass media, radio, any charity is a great hook. By the way, to
Yeah.
get into that, it's a great
well, the
hook.
charities is exactly what we're all about. Is we're wanting to help people. We're trying to better people's lives. So that's the ultimate goal for BattleFit, and it just falls in alignment with that. And this charity event is for this lady who's got cancer. So
Okay.
we're in contact with her family and stuff, and they
Yep.
were like, oh my God, wait a minute, don't launch it, don't do your charity round on this day because we've actually got a big event. But what we'll do is next week we'll push all that same media to you guys, and it's like
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
awesome.
even better,
Yeah.
even better.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome. That's really great, man.
It's gonna be
You know,
gonna be
I
interesting,
now that you're
marketing.
talking about this almost reminds me when people get together and they do like these runs for charity. You could
exactly.
totally do this for charity. It totally makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
I never thought about it
Exactly.
like that. But honestly, I have to tell you, man. Let me just break it down to you here, Clayton. Your success is your ability to leverage people's huge like influences, like you're saying. If they have access to media, if they know how to work the charity circuit, if they know how to do, if you can reach out to bloggers, man, honestly, it does take money because you've got to, spend the time to do it, and you might need some help there. But you don't need a lot of money. You just got to kind of do the guerrilla, almost like guerrilla tactics. You almost have to call people. You have to email people. It's very, there's no way to scale it. There's no like mass scaling. There's no way to automate it.
I was sort of thinking about just outsourcing that and getting a virtual assistant to sort of handle that.
Yeah.
Because one of the things was like our Facebook. We only just started ramping up our Facebook tonight.
Okay.
So we're using Postcron to automate all that kind of stuff now. So we're sort of just trying to get big buckets of posts and just pushing it there so that we don't have to worry about it no more. We can move on to the next thing.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, the VA, just make sure whoever you get, is a good Native American speaker or Australian, whatever. Just make sure. I've been actually, earlier today, I put together some training videos for a VA that's working with us. So just like how I'm doing this Hangout, just do the videos, and try. Just be careful, because that outreach is so important, and you don't want to
taint that with anything negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And just
I think you guys will have a pretty strong channel through Facebook, though. I think all of your users are going to be out there sending, goodwill for you guys. I think it's going to, if you really just embrace that one network, I think will help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely.
Yeah. And I mean, as I said, with a few big influencers, there's no reason why it's not going to reach the masses.
You know what? And this is another good point here that we could talk about is, let's say you do get several of these influencers to tweet or to post on Facebook and to retweet a week later or whatever, or join in, and so that they're sharing their own journey. Let's say you do that. Let's say then 10% of their follower base uses your app. Let's say out of 50,000, it's 5,000. Let's say out of the 5,000, really only 3,000 of those people actually really used it and got somebody and really engaged with it. Once you figure that out, once you figure out what those engagement numbers are, the hardcore fans, then you need to find out a way to make it really sticky, to try to get the other 4,000 that didn't, or the 10,000 that didn't, and then really make it awesome, and then get 20, 30 other influencers going, and then you're really going to kick some ass, man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's sort of the game plan at the moment. I mean, I'm still learning as it is, so I'm sort of just pushing stuff out and testing the waters, and if I see a positive reaction like what we did for the initial push when we got those people to download the app was, if I can see a good reaction, I'm going to just go down that path. So there's nothing really set in concrete, but I'm just trying things, that's all.
No, so are you able to get feedback from your user base pretty decently?
For sure.
What are the channels you use for that?
Well, I've got a few feedbacks just from the actual on the iOS, because it was on the store and in the Google Play. So, a few people actually left comments in there. One person was saying like, "Oh, this is the best app ever," blah blah blah. And I was thinking, "Oh, thank you very much." Like, we think so too, but I mean, it's good to think that randoms also think that as well. So.
That's awesome. Positive feedback is always great, but definitely keep an eye out for the negative feedback and try to learn as much as possible.
Well, exactly. I think negative feedback is going to be key for us, because then that way we can cut it out in the early stages and then move on to the next best thing. So I think I think that's the best thing at this stage, is getting some negative feedback.
I have to tell you, Clayton, there is so much money in weight loss and being fit. There's just so much money there. I mean, I can't even begin it. There are millions and millions of dollars waiting. If you can find a way to make this app fun and engaging and get away from ads maybe and become direct sellers of products or something and make a higher commission.
Well, that is going to be our game plan as well. We're going to release a BattleFit store inside the app. So for every win that you do, you're going to earn credits.
Right.
And so for every credit and then we're going to basically put products into the store where they can purchase with these credits.
Awesome.
But obviously the stuff in the store is going to be not easy to get. You're going to have to do at least 20 workouts to try to get to these things. But so we're going to sell like credit packages. Where they can top those credits up and they can buy these stuff. Like they might think, oh no, I need 50,000 more credits, but I don't want to do 10 more workouts. But I've nearly got the singlet that I want.
Gotcha.
They can buy credits to top it up.
Very cool. Very cool.
So there's that part of the other thing. So that the store. I think the store itself, we can sell our own products as well as other people's products in there. So I think that's pretty cool.
I think all of this stuff sounded very, very exciting, man. You're gonna have a very busy summer.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting next few weeks. I can tell you that much, and especially with this charity event coming up and everything. Like we've got singlets getting made up and everything, and it's gonna have our name plastered all over it.
So let me and Jeff, please chime in on this one. What is the key metric that you're looking for in terms of engagement on your app? What is it? Is it daily opens? Is it the number of push-ups? Is it
just
the people?
Battles. I think just battles, like the people. Just people battling, that I think that's the most important one, because you can have 10,000 people open the app, but if they're not going to battle each other, there's no point. So battles is going to be the key metric here for engagement.
And then let's go a little deeper in the battles. What is the metric, nested underneath battles? Is it the number of back and forth? Is it the?
Let me ask real quick how the mechanic of the battle works. Does it have like an end date, and then how's the reoccurring? Do we challenge each other, like best out of 3, best out of 5? We keep going.
Those kind of functionality is going to be added in the future, but at the moment, I can battle you two guys at a certain workout. So I'll post this workout, and there's an expiry date of a week. So, if you can't do it today, you've got a week to do it. And not only that, so once we've all 3 of us have posted our results, then the system will calculate the winner and then notify each player who was the winner and how many points they got and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so that's basically it. That's the battle, and so each battle can be different. Like we have timed battles where it's like how long can you hold a wall squat for, or how many sit-ups can you do in 2 minutes. So there's a rep count, or you can do rounds, or you can add sums in there for that'll count everything down. So it's pretty well thought out, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's so compelling. The challenge format. So once the challenge is over, and then we post it to our wall, the results, and I get the points. Then what is the motivation for me to set up the next challenge?
Is to get to the next level. So you could be looking at me like, oh, Clayton's on the level athlete, and I want to get to that level. And we've also got a badge system involved.
Yeah.
So that so for example, if you've done 5 battles today, we might give you the badge of I can't remember what the badge is called, but we give milestones for everything. So you're going to have these badges. So one of them might be you've won 5 in a row.
Okay.
So you're on a roll.
Okay.
But then people are like, I'm gonna give you that badge. I'm gonna take that badge off you by beating you, and then so there's all that kind of gameplay in there.
That's great. That's great, Jeff. You just totally nailed it. This whole challenge format, the idea of challenging people, not just with workouts, incredible. But with anything in the world.
The PR is built in. You guys are just going to have a blast this summer when you launch this, and you get a celebrity to crack into this and just get on board and tweet it, or people just love sharing this stuff. I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly. And I do have some connections with some some big gyms and stuff like that. So once we've sort of finish off the test round and the test in the market, then I'm going to really go to those bigger gyms and actually say, here it is,
You going to get your leaderboard up on a big screen or what?
Yeah, definitely.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Be able to project it up on the wall or something. Have it be almost like a private app for the gym. Maybe they even pay you for it. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to push all that stuff off to Google because they now allow you to have the leaderboards and achievements and all that kind of stuff hosted on their service. So I thought, I'll just push all the heavy lifting to them.
Yeah.
So I can do the app can be as responsive as possible.
Right. Oh, it's very cool, man. I have to tell you, man, I didn't know any of this vision. I mean, I got a little bit off the site because I know you're still working on it. So I was like, okay, some of this looks like a template, but there's some fill-ins here. So obviously it's early days. And I had no idea that it's even gone this far. So I'm very happy that we got you on today.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for having me. But it's just growing every day, and when you lose sleep over something, you're onto something. Like, I haven't been able to sleep that well because my head's just going 100 miles an hour, and I'm like, I need to add this, and I need to add this, and if I just do this, I'm gonna do this. So, and that comes down to perfectionism as well. Like, I'm in my bed, like trying to sleep, and I'm coming up with an idea. So next time I have to build that, and then it's just never going to be finished. So that's why I sort of said that the first is going to be my date, but that's more so just a deadline so that stuff gets done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So let's talk about that because every startup has lots of things to do. One of the biggest problems startups face is like what do we do next? Like there's so
Yeah.
many things that we could do, right?
Yeah,
And I talked to
exactly.
Jeff about this after the show. I'm like, Jeff, what are we gonna do next? And we're both like, you know. And so for you, it sounds to me like obviously getting your app out, getting the promotional person like the VA helping you.
Yep.
That's going to be a
Yep.
big piece.
Yep.
Out of those two areas, let's talk about the VA for a minute. What are you going to do to make sure you find a good VA? What are some of the have you tried that before? Have you watched? What are some of the good tips that you may have read that you may want to share?
Not so much with VAs. I've had experience with outsourcing, like web design and stuff, and my experience hasn't been that positive.
Okay.
But I guess that's just come down to me not managing the person properly. So
Right.
I guess that's the biggest thing is managing them correctly. And
Okay, so
sort of
obviously
making
you're
the
gonna
instructions
learn a
clear.
lot from getting this person in because you're gonna
Yeah,
try it
yeah.
again. I can tell you
Exactly,
from my
so-
own experience, the best two things I can tell you is have spreadsheets ready. Basically,
Yeah.
have a spreadsheet with the time, date, task, complete, and then have
Yeah.
a video for each different task. So you should do it yourself, like do the dirty work, show the video, show them exactly how to do it, and the first several days, expect them to make lots of mistakes.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
your job is to just follow and make sure that they're doing the filling out the spreadsheet correctly. Make sure they've watched the videos. Make sure to ask them questions. A lot of times they'll disappear because they just got scared.
Yeah, exactly. And I've come across that with the designers that we have outsourced for. Like your instructions have to be 100% clear. Otherwise, it just doesn't get done
Yeah.
the way you
The way you
want it
want
to be
it,
done.
yeah.
So it's not their fault. Sort of like
Yeah,
you're trying to portray
That's
what you
exactly. You know what? You just said it. It's not their fault. Whenever they make a mistake, you should always assume it was your fault.
want. Exactly.
If you do that, then you can make your training better and your instructions better. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is going to be a learning curve, and I'll definitely when we're going to do a catch up, right? 3 months? Is it 3 months or
I
6
hope
months?
so. Yeah.
Then I can give you the experience on where we
I,
at
I,
with.
I want you to send
Yeah,
us a message when
absolutely.
this thing is in the Android store. How about that? Let's start
Yeah.
with that first.
Yeah. All right. Well, that could possibly.
That's what I
be
want to see.
today.
I want to be like,
I'll
all
tell you
right, he said it's there. Jeff, he put it
Yeah,
up.
we'll
there.
definitely
Awesome.
tweet it to the audience because they'll be waiting for it as
yeah,
well.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Even better.
So tell me real quick, how is the startup scene where you are, Golden Coast?
Yeah, that's a
I'm-
great question.
I'm happy you actually said that because I just came from a seminar a couple of weeks ago. We've got a like an incubator system just starting up here actually on the Gold Coast,
Okay.
and the name of it is called Silicon Lakes.
Silicon Lakes.
So it's a spin-off,
love it.
obviously, of Silicon Valley, and it's the same sort of thing. But I'm brand new to all this stuff, and like I went to the seminar and stuff, and I just because they were all going on about pitching your ideas, and then we're going to set you up. I'm still new to all that kind of stuff. But like the Y Combinator and stuff like that, you guys have. I'm not well versed in that area.
I have to tell you, Clayton, there's such a tiny, tiny fraction of people in the States that have access to a Y Combinator in their city or even in their region. This is still new to even people here in the States, man. So
Yeah.
it's great
well,
that it's
that's-
growing. It's great that you're starting it
is.
out there.
Yeah, no, it is good, and I wouldn't mind because they got some co-working spaces and stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind just jumping in there and sort of just mingling with other developers and designers.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we need a designer. I'm not a designer, so all the app look and feel is me,
Okay.
and what I feel is good. So I sort of like
Right.
had like 10 apps, and I was like, I like that, and I like that,
Right.
and I sort of like that. So I'm just gonna try and mold them into my own thing. But
Right.
I do want to have the brand where BattleFit is its own brand, like it's got its own identity.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean that's going to come around once we start getting the app out there.
Right.
Who knows? I could even set up a competition, say, get your app design here on the thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
who knows? Out of those people
Yeah.
that do the
That's right.
workouts, they could get amongst it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Battle it out. Yeah.
battle it out. Yeah, exactly. Whoever wins this battle. Yeah, but
I love
it's
it.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
One
it's
thing I
great.
missed out on, one thing I missed out on the app explaining was I've got progress photos in there now, so you can take photos whenever you want. But not only that, at the end of each battle, you can take a progress pic. So we do have that built in. So it's sort of, and what I want to do is like have someone there so that if I'm battling someone else and another BattleFit user there, they can sort of like endorse. Or they can approve. They can approve it. They say, "Yeah, I was there, and it works." So that'll just give that extra little bit of, trust there. I guess.
Pump.
I think it's really interesting to use the camera too. Like, it's hard to get people to take selfies or whatever for a lot of reasons, but
exactly.
it will help you down the road if you have this sort of material for before and after photos. Just to keep in mind.
Oh, that's a great
another app. And I like to think of the other ways that we can use mobile to push the technology. There was an app, I don't know if it's still out in the store, that was like a push-up challenge that you would actually video record you doing the push-ups. And so again, it's sort of like cutting edge. Like, do I really feel like propping up my iPhone on so that it's staring, that I'm in frame and doing push-ups? Maybe if I've got the same place, I could do it every time. But that leaderboard is so powerful. It was neat that they used that credibility of the actual proof. But I think you'll figure it out. There's other so much that can be done with it. If you're running and the GPS or the bicycling, stuff like that.
Right.
Exactly. So there's all those little things, and they're all on my things to do. They're definitely on my things to do.
Honestly, Clayton, if you really honestly get a little bit of traction going, and then you can reach out to somebody that can make sensors, so that if they're doing, let's say, running, I mean, I know we've heard of this where you can put it in the shoe, or you can do another sensor. Like it could be something maybe you can sell for $10. Maybe it could be done an Arduino thing. I don't know. You'll have to look on Maker. Go to maker.com or some of these other maker places. You might find somebody who can prototype something really cheaply and then be part of your whole kit when you get the app.
I haven't seen the latest in the gyms, but you might want to plug into all the devices and the workout machines in the gyms and have that be tracking.
Well, and another thing I want to do is like sort of NFC, so people in the gym, they can sort of just sign up and they go bloop, they'll scan their phone and then instantly connect them up or something like that. So
oh, that'd be huge, man. That could be huge.
Yeah, there's so much ways that I can tweak it to be that much cooler.
So the big question here is what are we going to do next? So you're going to get the site up, you're going to get a VA going, you're going to start getting the marketing machine going, and then once you get a little bit of traction, maybe you can explore some of these more advanced BattleFit 2.0 things.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, that comes down to the perfectionism. Is like I don't have to have that in the first version. What's another week before I push it out again? What's another week before I push out this other functionality? Like they're not going to. And especially if the core works, these extra functionality is just going to be the bonuses for users. It's not like if they're using it with the core functionality, that's the main thing for me. So
stay focused on that core function and that metric. And we'll start asking about battles or challenges need to be the
exactly.
core number that you just stare at every morning when you come into or after work when you check into.
Exactly.
So are you guys bootstrapping this, by the way?
Yeah, we're just funded by our wages at the moment.
This is great.
But I mean, the beauty of it is it's cheap because it's I mean, all my only expenses are I'm running 2 servers. I'm running so all the database server side code is hosted on Azure Cloud.
Okay.
And then all our selfie pics and stuff is getting uploaded to the S3. So
S3,
Amazon.
awesome.
So it's
perfect.
So we're just trying to push off all the heavy lifting to everybody else.
This is great. As long as the data is being served by Amazon, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're easy to integrate with. So all our stuff's syncing up to there.
Brilliant. And all the client side stuff is done on the phone. This is perfect. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So everything.
So you're not wasting time looking for VC right now.
No. Well,
commit yourself to one of these accelerators or incubators you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, Jeff. Maybe after you get a little traction, you may want to approach one of these accelerators and be like, "Listen, just give us your 50K. We'll still stay at home." But
Well,
whatever.
You guys are bootstrapped. The question is, what would you use the money for, or what would you be looking for in a partnership or a VC or incubator?
I think for me to do it full time, that's the biggest thing because I've got so much stuff. I've got so much things to do, and for me, I want to build the product initially, and then once I've got the core framework there, then I don't mind bringing in someone else. But initially, I want me to do it because I'm invested in it, so sort of I know how I want it to work.
You got the whole knowledge base,
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So
I have to tell you, this has been a really great interview, Jeff. I don't know if you've enjoyed this as much as I have.
Yeah, no, we love having you on. Some of the guys that are doing exactly what we're preaching about all the time. We like to have a mix
Yeah.
of the successes and the some failure stories even, and guys that are just starting out like
Yeah.
yourself. We actually did talk to someone else last week that was similar, just launching their product, and we haven't uploaded it quite yet, but
Yeah.
it really is why we're here.
Yeah.
Well, what's the term? What's the term in Silicon Valley for as a pivot? So,
Oh, pivot.
I'm not. Pivot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fail this time, though. I mean, we're doing everything we can not to fail this time,
All right.
and I think we've got everything, all the motions in place for it to be, for it to have a chance.
I have to tell you, man, that first few set of customers, that email list that you're getting from Facebook, that is your key, man. If you need to work those people, call them, email them, ask them how it's going, get feedback from them, man, and make it, and then also choose out of the 50 feedbacks we're getting, what are the top 3 that we can do within 2 weeks or whatever.
FAQ.
Well,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the hardest things is choosing what not to do. I'm sure you get inundated with ideas. I mean, even just during this conversation, I was surprised Amul wasn't talking about how you could have battles for contests, like we were kind of going down that road. I mean, you could have battles for anything. It doesn't have to be workouts, but I think if you can focus, it'll work.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Because part of the concept came from the draw something game.
Oh, the draw something. Yeah.
It was exactly the same thing. I was playing that game, and I'm like, why am I spending my time doing this? And then it sort of just come in together all at one time, and I was just like, oh man, I've got to do this. I've got to jump on this.
Oh, that's awesome. So that draw anything has inspired many people, man. Not just you. We had a guy that was doing an iPhone store. He got in the top of the music section for a karaoke app, and he got inspired by that same app. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that video too. I can say that much.
Yeah. Oh, you have watched that? Okay, cool. Yeah. Good.
Man, the content. Because I had surgery on my knee just recently.
Right.
So I was sitting on the couch and I was working away, and I had my TV there, and I just had YouTube, and I was just playing you guys all day, and the people would walk in like, "What are you watching? Why are you guys? Why are you watching these guys just talk to people?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna be on that show one day."
Awesome.
That's so awesome. Oh,
so,
God, you don't understand. That made me so happy.
You hear that, Amol? There's not just people watching us. There's people in the room that are forced to watch us, even though they didn't click on us.
I'm just just wait. I'm learning. Just wait. I'll deal with you later.
Nice. No, we love to hear your motivation, and everything. Everything you got going is really right up our alley. I think that the product you have is just a huge hit. With people I think are going to love this game.
Yeah. Let's hope so. I'm hoping so. I mean, the people that are using it at this stage, like our friends and family that are using it in this test round now, I mean, it's just nothing but love. It's good feedback.
Awesome.
And I'm open to the criticism. I have to be, because at the end of the day, I'm a developer, and I mean, I don't have the user experience. It's different putting it out into the real world and seeing what real people use. I'm on it all day, every day. I know the ins and outs.
Exactly.
So to push it out there, and especially people that don't really use phones or that much, for them to be able to use it, that's huge for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I also think it's awesome, unique that you jumped on this space while it's hot. Like I said, I kind of came from this space, and it's fairly crowded. A lot of people are going after weight loss in every different direction.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
that's the thing.
we'll definitely test it out and give you some criticism. But I think,
absolutely.
like you said, there's not a lot of people doing exactly this.
Yeah.
So,
awesome. So
I think you've got a unique niche.
We checked the stores and stuff like that to sort of see what entry point we should put our paid version in.
Okay.
And so they range from $1 to $6, and we sort of want to enter it probably midway, because we don't want to go in too cheap and then people be like, oh, you guys, you're just with them.
Right.
We want to be sort of in the middle, and then eventually we can always sort of go up.
That's a great idea. So you're talking about basically positioning the app quality based on price.
Basically, yeah.
So if you could sell it for $6.99, it'll be perceived as a higher quality thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our goal, is to start probably enter a mid-level, and then once we got the user base, then we'll start driving the price up to the big players. Where you've got people like the Runtastics and stuff like that are pumping out millions of downloads.
Okay.
And they're selling it for $5.49 or something like that.
Oh,
so
beautiful! I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Listen, man. I do think though that if you get enough of the person's inner circle challenging their friends. They'll start seeing it on their feed. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And then they'll see it as $3.99 or $5.99. They might, okay, well, this isn't. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe they'll feel,
exactly.
and they'll, well, maybe this isn't a cheapo app. Let me at least
Exactly.
email him. They may not download. Maybe they'll try downloading it. Who knows? But
No,
if they see
exactly.
enough
But
of it,
we give the free version there anyway, so it's a
Oh, okay.
taste. And then so we're gonna do stuff like limit the amount of workouts you can do and stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's gonna be enough hooks in there, so they'll be like, I really do need this next version so I can get to the next level, for my fitness goals and in the game itself. So.
right.
I've got some tricks up my sleeve.
We're talking pricing now. This is an interesting topic to me. I'm really curious how you could test different price points within the first few months of releasing this thing. If you have any ideas, if you're planning on doing that, I think you should at least consider that. We had this guy Pep from Conversions XL, and he talks about testing and experimenting as a key thing that every person that has a web app or a website should be doing all the time. So.
Yeah. It's all just going to be whatever at the time, I guess, because I'm still learning it, learning everything. But when we did that small push, I keep relating to that. But even with that, we didn't push out a free version. This version was paid $2.49. So even at its current state, these people are still downloading it.
Oh,
for
wait a second.
$2.49.
Oh, wait. So you didn't when you first put it out, it was not free. It was paid.
Yeah, so the version I've just pulled it out off the stores now for this new version to go out, but it was paid. So it was more so because I didn't want people to sort of jump on the app and the free version and then use it and then give me bad feedback. It was like more so people will buy the app and then if they liked it, they liked it. It's just,
you know what else I never thought about is if they pay, they're actually going to really use it and get their friends to use it.
Exactly.
They're vested. Like they're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if, like, for example, if I downloaded the app and I really loved it, there's no real fun playing by myself. Like, I can be my personal best, but I'm not going to be able to utilize the app. So I'm almost obligated to bring in Jeff because I want to make it social, And then if Jeff likes it, he's almost obligated to bring in another friend.
Yeah.
So
wow.
It's got some things in there to be able to pull.
That's great. It's great.
Numbers,
listen, man, I'm getting excited just thinking about all this stuff.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
It's great. All right, so I'm really excited to see this 2-week launch. If people want to get a hold of you, or what's a good general email that people can get a hold of you?
ClaytonLow@gmail.com. ClaytonLow@gmail.com.
And if what are you looking for anybody's help? Or is there anything you want to tell our viewers that you need? Or
a designer. So if you guys got any designer friends, we'll be happy to chat. Who knows where it could take them? I mean,
And let's say this designer friend wanted a lot of money. Are you willing to give up equity for a designer partner?
Yeah, exactly. I have to because I've got nothing else really. So in the initial stages, that'll probably be the best bet for now.
I think that's great. I think
that's a great opportunity right now. You guys are early and young, but you guys have a great idea. I don't think it's less risky than a lot of other opportunities.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, the best thing about like the apps and everything is there's just low overhead. Like especially developing it yourself. I mean, the only time is time that I've invested in. That's it really. So it's been cheap and that's That's
well,
good.
Hold on a second. Don't cheapen your time. Your time is valuable. But
exactly.
But we can say that you're not. It
time.
doesn't take a lot of funds for you to make changes because you can do them yourself. We get that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully, one day you're making a lot of money. You can hire somebody, as you said.
That's the goal because I'm sitting here like Code Monkey doing it. I'm thinking one day I'm just going to be able to. I want to be in the room and be like, all right, I've got an idea.
Right.
Here, do it, and they'll be like,
just do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I'm just going to do this battle.
Yeah. That's cool.
So that is the ultimate. That's the ultimate goal.
Awesome.
So hopefully I'll get there, and that's
No,
make my life a little bit easier.
I have to tell you, Clayton, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. It's been awesome having you on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That's been good, and this is my first ever interview or anything like this. I'm like, I was like, oh no, how am I going to do it? But I mean, you guys make it so much easier to interact with, so it's I feel at home here.
All right, cool. I appreciate
Great.
that, man.
But awesome what you
Please,
guys doing. I love
please,
your
just
show.
make sure you don't burn out. Get that VA helping you with the marketing, man.
Oh man, I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm
Okay,
gonna do
good.
it.
Because you need to do the marketing. If you don't do the marketing, it's not going to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's going to
Well,
grow.
we're
It's just
gonna-
going to grow really slowly, and we want you to be
Well,
a big
I
success.
think he's got some built-in growth with the.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Exactly.
He's got the
Yeah.
viral.
Challenges
You've got the
is
viral hooks
obviously-
going, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying having that helper,
initially,
having that
Yeah.
marketing helper helping you with the lists and the blogging and all that stuff, it'll be so helpful.
Curating your Facebook page.
yeah. So we're putting things in place at this right now for that. So I mean,
Cool.
it's gonna happen. And
Yeah, if anyone's listening that has extra time, they should reach out to you. Probably.
Absolutely.
For sure. If they just want to chat or if you want to battle, because we've got our PT, Oh, like I'll do the battles and everything, but I mean we've got PT. If you guys if anyone wants to battle, our guys
Awesome. There you
compare
go. So some
here
of
in
those,
Australia,
exactly. So
we're in
some of the
Australia,
couch
so if-
potatoes that are watching this video this far along, you may want to
Exactly.
get off your butt and download the app and challenge his personal trainer in Australia. Yeah, I think it's great. I think
something
it's great.
different anyway. Just throw it in the mix.
Yeah.
I'll read out an example on workout that we have on here. So one of the workouts is called. One second. Right, we've got a workout called Raiders Blitz, and then for example, this is what
Okay.
Raiders Blitz,
Okay.
and this is what's entailed. So you have to run 1 kilometer.
Okay.
Then you're gonna need to do 10 burpees, 10 push-ups. Then you need to run 800 meters. Then do 12 burpees, 12 push-ups. Then run 600 meters, 50 burpees, 15 push-ups, and it just increments from there. So
Wow.
it's about a 25-minute exercise. I did it in about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
My
Wow.
PT did it in 20 minutes. So I mean,
Okay.
but it's not only those kind of workouts, the easier workouts. We're trying to cater for everyone, not just for fitness fanatics. We're trying to grab someone from the very start, and then using the app with the progress books, we can sort of build them up to where they want to be.
That's good. That's good because that was already sounding very challenging to me. But no, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can't wait to join and check it out myself.
Awesome. That'll
Yeah.
be good.
All right, Clayton. Thanks again for being on our show, man. We'll definitely be in touch, and let us know when you launch the site or the new app.
Yeah, my pleasure, and thanks for having me, guys. We'll do this definitely again, and just wait for those for the app to launch, and I'll let you guys know.
Sounds
Absolutely,
great,
and
man.
we'll let our audience know.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Awesome. All right, so should we go grab a beer now?
Yeah.
For
Get
us,
back
too,
to
we
work.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
back to
exactly.
work.
I've got this is my list of things to do, so there's still a bit to do.
Awesome.
All
Very
right.
cool.
Oh, well, good to talk to you guys, and we'll catch up soon.
Sounds great, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Cheers.
Okay.
Catch you guys later.
Cheers.